Welcome back to DJFM, the greatest shit show on the internet. This is episode what? 30? 29? Something in that range. We're in double digits now, and I don't think we were going to be able to keep track past that anyways. I was left alone for this podcast recording, so it is really just me and whatever the fuck I decided to talk about this episode. So bear in mind and just sit through it. See how it really is. It sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. It is rough. But just give it a suck. Give it. Maybe not. Maybe just like fast forward. Check where it is. What the fuck's going on? Why did he have to say any of this? What is in his mind? But here's the show. Here is High Thoughts with Jay and covering the news. So my dog is not the dog behind me, but my dog. He throws temperament. He acts like a temperamental 5-year-old. I don't even know how to reason with it. Drives me bad shit crazy. What do? Step back, give a handshake? No. Anytime it's something that he has to do, or I'm trying to get him to go somewhere. No. Not even a little bit. When I have to go and try to drag him out, he throws himself on his back, wiggles like a worm, and starts throwing karate paws at me like he's Kung Fu Jack or some shit. It's not always easy to handle. I get it. He's not like a 5-year-old, so he doesn't know words. Can't really talk back to me. But I feel like he can fuck me up more than a 5-year-old can. He's more agile. I watched him cut side to side and try to catch him. Anytime I've had to try to catch him when we walked outside, pain in the ass. He takes off like a rocket as soon as the door is opening. There's no catching him. There's none. And if there's like a 5-minute gap, not even a minute gap from when you get out and he turns that corner, you're not finding him. You just gotta sit and wait. Wait for that phone call from that nice family that picked him up on the side of the road and just like, yeah, he wandered into my house, sat on the couch with my daughter watching cartoons and stared at her cereal bowl. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for my dog. It's crazy. I thought he would stay put. Never stays put. Can't trust him. Still don't trust him. He's 5. I thought it was a phase. I don't think it's a phase. I think it's just his personality. Probably should have looked into the breed that I adopted, but who does that? Who has time? I met him, dabbed him up. I was like, all right, we could roll through this crazy life together. Okay. Dude, I don't know what else. He's, as a 5-year-old, crazy, yeah, that's all I got for that. He's a crazy 5-year-old. It's not even like an easy thing to reason with. Because at least with a kid, you can kind of explain to him why he needs to go somewhere. Not with a dog. You're just saying that stuff at him and hope he grasped a word. Hope that at some point through his entire rate of being raised, he learned a single word of English that meant something to him. I've seen dogs who pick up German pretty quick. I don't think my dog picked up any English. At some points, I think he understands and he'll do the one thing I asked him to do, like shake, sit, lay down. Don't pee on my leg. Like those simple tasks, but he just looks at me like I don't exist. I've seen German Shepherds understand German far quicker than my dog has ever understood the word stay. That's never going to be in his vocabulary. I would respect it if something processed. He definitely is the dictator of my life. He's so stubborn. There was one time when I was in college, I had this dog. I had him, and we lived in a 2-story house with a living room, and we had this table in the middle of the living room. And he was just tiny enough to fit under there. And fitting under there was the hard part. But once he got under there, there was enough space for him to kind of stand up a little bit and spin around because he wasn't so big. But every time I would have to be like, all right, it's time for a walk, he would take off from my bedroom, which was upstairs, and sprint all the way down, shoot under the table like a rocket, and then plant himself there and start doing donuts every time I try to grab him. Just, no, get away from me, now. And if I wasn't quick enough, he would shoot out the other side without a pain in the world. Just, what the fuck? He's gone. How is he gone? He's just gone so quick. Yeah. Huskies are wild. I would say probably the wildest breed, but who's to say? Maybe there's other ones crazier. Like, I know Malinois are crazy, but come on. I can't imagine having a dog with more energy. This dog naps all day and pretends that he's high energy. Just get judged. I guess I live with it. Yeah. Picked my boat to lion. Yeah. Well, in other words, there's other things going on. Best transition. It was like this Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul. It's been delayed 3 times, I think. This is the third pushback. They're having a meeting about it's like the weigh-in or a press conference. Where is it? Press conference. Elon Musk. No, what the fuck? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Oh, I probably should have looked up dates. November 15th. After Jake Paul's win, the Tyson posted on social media. Oh, okay, so it's social media countdown by their fight having already begun. Also provided the countdown to the last second. Okay. 50 wins, 6 losses. Isn't that Tyson's record? Yeah. How many dates they switch back? I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I think, because Mike Tyson swung and pushed Jake Paul. I don't think anybody should be surprised, considering Mike Tyson did bite somebody's ear last time he was in his fight mode. And this dude's been on mushrooms, smoking a lot of weed, and making a movie about a pigeon and playing with his pigeons. So we can't be totally surprised when he's 56 and swings on a dude who is cocky. Let's not be wrong here. Jake Paul is a cocky dude. He seems like he can swing and pack power, but I don't think it's going to be something where he can be as skilled. And I don't know, dude, it's just, it doesn't seem like something that should happen, to be fair. It seems like more of a gimmick. I can see this fight never happening. Mike Tyson took a $20 million payday and was like, all right, yeah, I'll fight this kid. Why not? We'll shut him up. Considering that he's fought a couple people and won and lost once to, was it Fury's cousin? Will it be worth it? I don't fucking know. We'll see. It's not like it's gonna be groundbreaking. There's hype because he is the heavyweight champion of the world. So why are we? It's just he's 56 versus a kid he's 24. How old is Jake Paul? Like what, 28? 27. Okay. So this kid is 27 and he got famous off of YouTube. So clearly there's a reason why people aren't the biggest fan of the kid. And a lot of people are rooting for him just to get knocked out. People also search for a while. Did he fight other UFC fighters? I really don't know. Who was... Jake Paul. How heavy? 200 pounds. What did Mike Tyson say about Jake Paul?
Our students' mental health matters.
This is an ad.
Sports in Los Angeles. And
hold on. What did he say?
Supposedly has a fight with Jake Paul coming up in a number of months. Now, I never really overly
Keep
believe
going.
that somebody,
I don't want to hear what you had to say. Let me make my own judgment. Play the clip. And
people that have shown up. He doesn't have a
Jake Paul, problem child. Was it what did Jake say? Wow. So many controversies. Doing Japan, playing, I guess he was. Say to Mike Tyson. Hey, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. Okay. Paul continued to bring the irony throughout the event, vowing to knock Tyson out. At one point, he compared himself to Muhammad Ali, and then later said he is not here to do explicit besides Mike a bag. That's great. Okay, so, but I bet you Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were already in talks to have negotiations for that fight. They were. So this is a day ago. And they're probably just building hype around it like every fighter does. Oh, do you think he's going to get knocked out? Why do you think this is a good idea? I think the problem is like either of them, he has power, but I don't know if he has Mike Tyson power. But I don't know how much Mike Tyson can take anymore. He's been out of the game for what? Quite a bit of time. Like what? Mike Tyson, I get he's in shape. When did Mike Tyson retire? 2005. So, it's almost been about 19 years. You're not the same guy. How old is Mike Tyson? Let's just say how old was Tyson when he retired. About 30. Okay, so. And he's 56, 39. Is that something you want to go against? He's not fighting 39-year-old Mike Tyson. He's fighting 75-year-old or 76-year-old Mike Tyson. I think if either one of them strikes a blow at either of them, like if they get one good shot, either one of them are out. I don't know if Mike can move like he used to. I've seen the video of him training, but if he can keep that up for every round he's in there, then maybe he can. I don't know. I want to root for Mike Tyson, but I also don't think this is going to happen. I think they're just going to keep pushing it back, and eventually they're just going to pretend like this was never a thing. Possible it might happen. Dude, I fucking never know. I think a lot of people will watch it. But if you saw the Mike Tyson, who did he fight? He fought somebody last year, another heavyweight champion. Is it Frazier? Roy Jones Jr. That did not look like a good fight. I get it, they're old. They're not old, but they're not in their prime anymore. So, of course, they're not going to be so gung-ho and able to fight like they used to. Dude, it's like the thing I see on Twitter all the time, too. Just the possibility of this fight happening or some news about it that it eventually is coming to terms. But it's not going to come to terms. You kidding me? It probably will, and we're all going to be disappointed in what we saw because either Jake Paul knocks Mike Tyson out, which I'm not saying is going to happen, or we're going to see Mike Tyson knock the crap out of Jake Paul. But I it's a good hype thing for him, like a good stunt, I think, because it does get his eyes on him in the boxing world. But I don't think it's the best. To be taken seriously in the boxing community, that might not be the best way for him to go about it. Because it's not Mike Tyson, it's Mike Tyson now. Still a scary dude. He did knock out a guy on a plane because he pissed him off and was being obnoxious. Clearly he can still pack a punch with his age. But we'll see. I think that's the biggest thing. I guess we'll see. I hope it's okay. If it turns out to be an amazing fight, that would be insane. Mike Tyson Jake Paul's on the ropes and just clock. Jake Paul is like, it goes into the last round. They're both bleeding. We're all like, Mike Tyson still got it. And just Jake Paul tries to go for the swing. You just see him. Just a great ending. That would be cool. Like a gnarly uppercut, and we just see him on the ground in like the last round, not just knocked out Jake Paul. We're like, he would be insane. Just the shit that man would say he would be insane. All right, maybe we should just roll the dice and see how this works out. I think that's probably for everybody's sake. Maybe we can. I hope it's okay. Because it's my dude. It's because it's a legend. That's really what it is. We have a guy who's trying to beat the world. I do think it would be very satisfying for everybody, though, if Mike Tyson did knock out Jake Paul. And then I think everybody wouldn't question. We'd all be like, all right, dude, chill out. Mike Tyson beat your ass. And Mike Tyson's still the GOAT, so we need you to relax. Because I don't think Mike's going to hold back. He's just enough of a crazy to be like, yeah, I'm going to knock that dude out. Like, how tall is he? Because I know he's not that tall. I saw a picture of him, and they did look similar in height, but I know Mike Tyson is not the tallest man. I can't type. What? Oh shit! I thought he was like 5'2", 5'3". He's 5'10", 100 pounds. That 200, like 2 something. Okay, so that's not a bad height difference. Tyson Fury 6'9", 5'9". Oh, he's 6'9". That makes sense. 6'3", yeah. Because they always said Mike Tyson was like a small heavyweight. I'm like, 5'10", 200 pounds, he's still looking up, but he's still packing punches like it's no tomorrow. That's crazy. That's insane. Okay. I was more worried about Mike Tyson because of the height. I thought it was going to be like, oh, he's only like 5'7", punching up. Mike Tyson training video. Is there one from like the last couple weeks or May 24th? I'm going to fast forward through this. Oh, it's the Venmo teen account. Only to your parents and friends? Like the Firefly? Just got hype music behind it. He moves very well for someone his age. Jesus Christ. If he was running at me, I'd be terrified. Everybody wants to fuck with you.
Where he was fucking terrifying. He was so fast. And he would do angles and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him. And he was just coming at you. And he was young. He was
The tattoo's a little scary. Jesus Christ. It looks like a bear trying to maul a salmon or something. Like mauling an animal. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a little scary. Okay, Jake Paul might lose. Is there a Jake Paul training video? That's kind of what I want to see. Jake Paul training for Mike Tyson. Jake Paul new training footage. Oh, he's gonna get his ass kicked.
August, I'm back, baby.
Jesus Christ. Okay. He might get his ass kicked. Because there's a different kind of flavor to it. Just like, step punch. Mike Tyson's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm not holding back. I'm not waiting for this. I'm going to murder you. That's a crazy look. Dude, Jake Paul, I was worried about Mike Tyson until I saw that training video. I'm like, you look like a bear. Not even, like, from the behind. I was like, you see the footage behind you, you're like, what happened between the fight you had in 2020 and now? I guess it's been 4 years, but 50 or 57, and you're just like, no, we're not done. I know you probably got special sauce like every other person that is in your age range that is trying to be athletic and acrobatic, but that's insane, man. That's insane. All right, I respect it. Sold. My money's on Mike Tyson. Especially when you see the difference of a tie-dye shirt and he kind of just looks like, I don't know, man. He looks like every Gen Zer or millennial, not millennial, like Gen Z or my age or younger, just weird haircut, tie-dye shirt, a lot of color. It's a lot of color. Like trying to be hippie, but he looks like punk rock. Mixed between a femboy and a wannabe boxer. He's trying to be hard, but he doesn't pull it off. Mike Tyson looks scary as fuck. He looks like somebody that would eat you. He wins the intimidation factor as soon as he walks through that door. Jake Paul's got to earn it. That's why he gets so much shit. It's like, you just doesn't look the part, and he just acts like a little dick. If you can't act like a dick and not look the part. You got to have some kind of mesh together. And you're coming from an area where we're like, that's not a real place. That's the danger zone. You're a YouTuber and Vine. You did weird hairstyles and dances for a while and skits with puppets. You don't know what you're talking about. You were on Disney Channel. Mike Tyson was in The Hangover. And he was scary then. Mike Tyson owned a tiger. You don't own a tiger. Dude, the fact that there's pictures of him in his prime walking the tiger like it was a normal thing to do, that's fair enough. He's the toughest guy in the yard. That's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's the toughest guy in the yard. At 57, he will kick his ass. Just watching the little hop skip and no tempo, I don't think you're going to move as fast as Mike. You might not. You might be able to pack some punches, pack some power, but you're not moving as fast as that 57-year-old. He'll rip you apart. I would never want to be in the ring with that man. Yeah, it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Good thing you paid him $20 million. I hope he has to use some of that. He might have to use some of that money to cover hospital bills in some way for you, but you might have enough on your end. I think the problem is, like, if you have to pull him off you. That's so... Now I'm just stuck in that loop. What that is. That's crazy. Good luck. Good luck, man. Good luck, Jake Paul. My money's on Mike. But my money would be on Mike. My money wasn't quite on Mike. And then I saw that inspirational video of him punching mitts and moving. I'm like, you know what? You'd be stupid not to put your money on Mike. Shit, I am moving shit around. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good luck. I don't know. That's good. That's fucking absurd. We use Mike Tyson. Probably push the fight back again. Someone's gonna chicken out. I could see Jake Paul chickening out. If someone sent me a hype video like that, I would have chickened out. For sure. That's 100%. I would not even think about it again. I would bail. Bail so quick. Be so quick. That shit's been all over my Twitter. I just keep seeing the news and outlets of them pushing it back, or how much, did you see how much Mike Tyson is making? I'm like, yeah, no shit, he's making that much. He has to. He's 57. He was in retirement. He retired at 39. He's been hanging out with his pet tiger and his pigeon. Now he's coming out of retirement and back into the danger zone, and he's having him get tussled with. So, 20 million, I think, is a fair point to have that man rejoin society for 30 minutes. But, to each their own. I just think he's probably, you gotta let the man be. Yeah. The Elon Musk though and Trump thing on Twitter is, when did that happen? Last week? It did happen Monday. I wasn't sure what really was going on with it. I thought it was some random interview that, because I know Elon Musk goes on interviews quite a bit on podcasts, and then Trump does everything things so often, like he did the Aiden Ross live stream. I think he sat down on a podcast with somebody, maybe Lex Friedman, maybe might have been someone else. I don't think it's fucking, yeah. It's not, I don't know who it was. But what are you going to do? Have him not do something crazy on that? But the fact that the interview on, I need water. I'm thirsty. The interview on the X platform, I saw something it exceeded the amount of downloads there were on Twitter. Like the people on X who had the app, it just was their highest rate of downloads and user occupancy and user signups, I think, since Elon Musk had taken over the platform. Dude, what is this? What is, like, it seems there's just a giant shift in a lot of things. And the fact that we're having Twitter do this. No other platform has hosted a conversation with people in this kind of space, have this big of a poll on any platform. Instagram, they can't do it. They don't have a setup for this. They don't have a CEO that's weird and wacky enough to be like, you know what? I'll sit down with the former president of the United States and have a conversation and talk to him about, I really didn't listen to it. It was like 3 hours of just random stuff. But all I saw was the hate on it. I opened it up and was going to a baseball game and kind of just watched it for a couple minutes. They were having technical issues, so I kind of went away and kept walking and didn't pay it much. Didn't go back to it, but dude, I think it's. But when I looked at the people who were watching it, it seemed like it was so many politicians and so many just people curious about how this was gonna play out. Like, regardless if it was a good thing or a bad thing, regardless if it made sense for him to be and have the interview, regardless if the interview made sense at all, the views and eyes that he got on that platform is crazy. For people to watch it and the kind of people that were watching it and people to pay attention to see kind of how this would play out. What was it? What was I gonna see? Let's see how many downloads. XGet during the Trump and Musk conversation. And the technical issues, I feel like it's probably more. You have to realize the scale of X. It's not owned by Facebook or a company of giant size. It's really just. It's not. It's still technically a startup. They weren't breaking any giant barriers or funding for it in the beginning. Right before Musk bought it, it was still near bankruptcy. I know I purchased that stock when Trump went into office. Purely because of the fact that you had a social media Trump. You had someone who was this big with social media inside this realm. And you're like, all right, so keep an eye on this because we have a madman where this is the only thing he uses. Could be promising. It was very promising. I think he single-handedly was able to raise Twitter stock because he was on it. Which is interesting. Because he left office, he was kicked off Twitter, and then the Twitter stock was going down. Elon Musk bought it. Maybe that's also conspiracy theory. Might be a portion of it. Like if he made the stock public for Twitter again, I think you would have a lot more people buying into that stock. He had to fix a lot of problems, to be fair, but he's still fixing problems. I also, with how much they've had to like redo and take down and like readjust the Twitter sphere, I feel like it's becoming better. It's still a bunch of crazy shit, but it's not. It seems like more of it's a different kind of conversations. How you're not seeing pictures and videos all the time. You actually have to read shit, which forces the brain to think a little more, which I think a lot of people in my generation probably don't because they're on these other videos and image feeding apps. It's my thought about it. But this Musk and people got so frustrated about it. And that's how you kind of know a lot of people are paying attention. I gotta pee. What the fuck? Hold on. I gotta pee. Where's the pause button? There it is. Alright. What was I talking about? Fucking forgot. Musk, Twitter, Elon Musk, Trump. The fact that he's on these platform now. Well, so it's crazy because Trump has been able to take a giant lead. This Twitter thing is weird. I don't know where I want to go. There's like so many thoughts that I have coming into my head right now about, oh, fuck. There's the Trump and his ability to use social media but in climbing and reaching such a wide variety of demographics now because he's just going on these different services and setups and platforms to garner more attention, and then he breaks records. So when he was on the live stream with Aiden Ross, it was like he broke the live streaming record. I forget how much it was, probably like 200,000. When I'm thinking about that, I'm like, that can't be that many. But when you think about it in the long run, it kind of is. Like it kind of is a lot of people seeing it, and then you think about the possibility of it being cut and switched around and it being played on these other sites and across the internet and reaching and being played on Reels or YouTube Shorts or being placed in more videos and people critiquing it and talking about it because the fact that I'm just going off into a more talking about it. It's I think it's fascinating. What the fuck's gonna happen? Because you can tell like this was the switch about how the world is working. It was starting to happen in the early 2000s with early 2000s. Like, yeah, when Obama got into office was the biggest switch up for social media being used for candidates. It's kind of like the same thing with JFK when He was on TV. And we're seeing how everybody's choosing to use it. And it's not easy. Candidates don't know how to work with it. They're uncomfortable in front of the setup, which makes sense. It's all so foreign. It's so, you're taking platforms and that used to be so non-personal. It used to be personal. And like it was extension of people's personalities in a lot of ways. And now you're putting these candidates, and now they're trying to reach you with the persona that they've been perceiving, and you're like, I get it, but now you're going way too deep. And maybe I think candidates shouldn't be using social media. I don't, but again, it's such a big thing in everybody's life to make. Maybe if the more these play out and the further down the rabbit hole we get, and the generations who have been more experienced with these platforms start to take over these roles, I think we're going to see a switch of how they might be used and how they're going to be adjusted for everybody. We see it with, we're seeing it now. With this presidential debate, it gets a little weird too, because a lot of candidates, the two major candidates, one of them has been an expert he has been able to use social media to his advantage for his entire election cycle, from when he first ran in 2017 all the way to now. And he knows where to go. That's kind of a bigger thing. He knows he's a meme. He knows what's trending, which is fascinating. He knows he trends. And the fact that he knows he trends, he does these things, and I think he plays it up because he knows he trends. It's like, oh, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to go do this and have a conversation with this crazy man because I know they're going to talk about it. That's crazy. And then you see Kamala Harris trying to use social media, and it doesn't quite work as well because she just doesn't get portrayed that as well. You had these hype videos that were going on about her making these funny gimmicks or like saying these funny things in her speeches, but I think that might be all she has. There's not enough. Neither of them can produce new shit, but again, Kamala can't do. She just can't be as big of a meme because I don't think she can think off the cuff as well, and she probably can't. Like when you're in that setting, you just have to be looser and more approachable, and from what I've seen, it hasn't come across as well. Like Trump's a crazy motherfucker, but he comes across as somebody that is actually willing to be there for the people that he's serving, not feeling fake. It might be because he has a family too. There's this this could be a psychological thing, crazy idea, which it is possible. It is possible to the fact that he has this family, so he has some kind of family values. Sorry, just glitched out in my head. Again, it brings back to like the Elon Musk and Trump thing. Was him speaking on Twitter even a good idea? I think that is the major thing. It could have been a great idea for him to talk on Twitter. Garner more eyes. It definitely was a good idea for Musk because you're brought in one of your biggest players in your platform. But after that, what is it? I don't know, man. But I do. He does know he's a meme though. The Ada Ross thing with him was weird and wild. It was. I watched some of it. I didn't watch the live stream because I watched videos of people who did the live stream and who watched the live stream and published it later, and I was like, this is an interesting This is very interesting because it was very, I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to think of it in my head. It relates to the younger culture for sure. Who's crazy, rambunctious kid, like those weird Gen Z kids who watched Aiden Ross, who have seen these videos, because I know who this guy is. I'm like, what the fuck? What threw me off was like how they were sitting. It was like side by side. He's having a conversation interview with Trump with a crowd behind him. Like, you guys probably should just look at each other, right? I think that'd be an easier thing to do instead of sitting sideways on a chair facing a computer while he showed him pictures and people as he said that was wild. He was just criticizing people. I'm like, that he's had in office or he runs against or have been, that he's had issues with in the past. Like, this is bold. Who set up this interview? Who let this happen? This is not a political stage. But that's probably the point. He's like, nah, fuck it. I don't need no political stage. I'm going to go for the blood and guts of this shit. I think it's funny. That's funny. Because dude, it just blows my mind. Why? And then you have Kamala Harris trying to go and join the party and pay streamers to go with her. You're not gonna. That's not gonna work. They don't know you. If you were Trump and you actually contacted these streamers, maybe. But like Twitch and those guys, they are on a platform doing something and they don't want anything to do with politics. They wanted to be away and just do what they like to do and try to be entertaining. That's what they want to do. They don't care about your political battles and shit. The fact and how much money some of them were getting. I think, who is it? Kamala Harris paying streamers or paying social media. Dude, she's paying social media influencers too. Grant special conventional access to more than 200 content creators. What the fuck? Can the meme magic last? No, because I don't think her meme magic is as powerful as thrown off. Can't wildlife for influencers, social media. Hold on, I'm just spacing out. What we're talking about? Oh yeah, influencer. She has 200 paid, granted 200 influencers, special access. Did they do that at the other convention, Republican convention? Convention special access to influencers. No, special influencers speak Democratic convention. They're really trying to get voters. If they're pulling and being using, who were the content creators though? Like, what kind of people were they? Person grant them remote. Just having them do TikTok dances. They're in their own booth. more than 200 digital content creators will attend the Democratic National Convention Chicago this week, dedicated to creator credentials that will grant these influencers special access to the party convention. Bringing creators to our convention will multiply our reach and ensure that everyone can witness democracy in action. Yay! Because that's the way to do it. I don't think they understand who they're dealing with, though. So it's going to be interesting. I want to know who the influencers were. Like, were they people that actually want to be doing this, or are they just people that are like who took the money they were being given? Like that I think I don't know. It's absurd that they did that. That they paid these influencers to come to their convention and gave them special passes. That's probably not the best. I think that's a very sticky situation, dude. It's an GOP convention, group behind influencers. Can the meme magic last? Oh yeah, because this week she's might be taking the Democratic card for presidency. I mean, she just announced her VP. What if she doesn't get it? What if a bunch of people were like, actually, we're gonna give it to this person because you just seem like you've been too crazy lately, trying to butt heads with Trump. Neither of them are good candidates. They both seem like they don't know what they're doing or have any idea what's going on. They're just a little bit of a puppet master in the works. No fault, a lot of fault to them. Yeah. It's a interesting battle. She doesn't. You can tell she doesn't. She is just saying shit to toe the party line or get people to actually like her because she would backtrack on certain statements. She's already done it. She's backtracked on taking taxes away for something because Trump was all for it, and she had to backtrack. And you're like, what do you mean you're backtracking? Why are you backtracking? Why are you saying this instead of and not sticking with what you originally said? Dude, it's gonna be wild. I don't think we're gonna have a third party that can run with them. We're gonna have somebody who is an option that people will vote for, but nobody's gonna really vote for them to make a difference. And then we're gonna have this crazy shit. I would be okay with it if Trump can figure out his jokes and make some original shit, because it seems like he's backtracking with what he said with Biden in the presidential campaign then, and then using it for the Harris campaign now. You're like, hey, dude, it was funny then, but you can't go and say like, crooked hair. Crooked Kamala, and be working shit for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's out. Joe Biden's gone. I don't think we're going to see him again. I'm not sure if he's still around. I hope he's still around. I really do. I think he deserves the best. But, I don't know how that's going to work out. I saw an article about him saying the Biden family Joe Biden has done things regarding that could be making him impeached. I'm like, dude, we can't just go, hey, we're going to impeach him. Like, he's like 90% of the way through his term. He's almost done. He's not going to do anything else. We've all come to terms with the fact that he's not going to be doing anything else. So we got to leave the old man alone. Focus on this election. Make sure everybody's got themselves tied together so we're not just running around rampant. That's all I'm saying. But it probably will. We'll probably lose our mind. We'll probably be crazy. We're always crazy. Last time Trump won the election, everybody was crazy. Nobody was stable. I remember Make America Great Again hats were everywhere. Now it's a gimmick again. But now they're coming back because this motherfucker is coming back around and people are rooting for him. I'm saying this. If the assassination ever happened, attempt didn't happen, I probably would be more neck and neck. But now he's working the social media. Now he's working little campaigns. Now this man's going off the rails. It's very fascinating. It's good. It's kind of cool though. Not cool like, oh, we're gonna be okay. Just wild. I do think he's. I don't know. I want to say one, but I'm like, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? None of this is gonna make sense. Everybody's crazy. We're all losing our mind. Everybody's crazy. Everybody is crazy. Dude, it's just. I think my biggest issue is that her social media and how her memes hurt me. She kind of looks crazy. She looks like. She does look a little. Hold on. What does this say? Harris Media TikTok. God damn it! More ads.
To solve all of your drain problems, take advantage of our.
Just the other day, I received an email for a paid promotion, paid for me to make a video and post it on TikTok, talking about the Democratic side.
See, she's
Just know,
paid for the Democratic Party.
to say the things they're saying.
Who are you? Are you even like an actual? Oh, this is the Free Press Journal video. Okay. Well, I think I don't know if I can. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. But I will finish with his Craven the Hunter trailer.
My son, we are hunters, the greatest the world has ever known.
Interesting. I forget, is Craven have superpowers?
Are you like your father? A gangster? A killer?
They're not going to catch him.
My son, and he decides who to free and who to blame. There's an animal stronger than you can imagine. On your arm will stand up.
Tell me about this hunter.
Born in the summertime.
Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
He'll punish your way. He's going to kill you. He's going to get you.
When the man comes around. Whoever is unjust.
You think you're some kind of hunter? Some kind of code?
Huh, okay. Well, it seems like an origin story. That's what it really seems like. But I don't know. It seems interesting. It could be interesting. It's a lot of action, fighting scenes. It's probably going to be more of a fighting movie instead of an actual storyline. You might have already get a little bit of gist of him becoming who he is, understanding who he is, knowing who what it is means to be Craven, but probably not in reality. Probably a lot more fight scenes, him killing, being a murderer. Kind of show you, oh, I am the hunter. I'll probably still go see it. That's a high possibility. But I'm not saying it'll be an amazing movie. It'll be okay. I think it'll be near subpar. Just subpar. Yeah. I think that's all I got. That's really got all I have in the tank. It's like 54 minutes. Jesus Christ. I'm all by myself. Butchered that.